Attention! Door stuck! Door stuck! Please! I beg you!
Welcome to a video on how to get good at Super Brainz, perhaps the most charismatic melee class in the game. Players who are able to master the art of anally fisting their enemies to death will be able to have more meaningful encounters than that one time Logan Paul and KSI chose to exist in a boxing match. Let's get started. Super Brainz is a melee class that is designed to get in the enemy's face and fuck them up through the power of punching them to death. He has a massive 200 health pool and has an above average movement speed, which when combined with his ability set makes him an extremely mobile class. His primary consists of a 3-hit punch combo that fires at 180 rounds per minute and has a 0.7 second delay between combos. The punch combo consists of 15, 25 and 45 damage, making for a total of 85 damage per combo. This shit is extremely powerful and great for enemies who happen to get too close and is your primary method of killing people, and unless you're against someone who is equipped to deal with you, almost no plants will be able to match your close range presence. If however you are dealing with a target that is either just out of range or is one that you are not fond of approaching, then you are in luck, my friend, for Super Brainz also has a range beam attack that is useful at close to mid-range engagements. The beam fires at 550 rounds per minute, though the beam can only fire for up to 2.17 consecutive seconds before suffering a near 7 fucking second overheat penalty, so be sure to use it sparingly if possible. Each shot fired can deal 6.5 damage for a normal hit and 7.8 damage for a critical hit. However, the beam suffers from extremely harsh drop-off, with it going all the way down to 1 damage for a normal hit and 1.2 for a critical hit. This makes the beam best used at mid-range to chip at enemies' health, as well as if a garlic drone happens to be harassing you, as the lack of travel time makes it very easy to take down those flying pieces of shit. Super Brainz also does not skip leg day at all. In fact, he embraces it so fucking much he can jump several meters into the air with a single bound, granting him excellent vertical mobility available at all times. This high jump ties in very well with his first ability, the heroic kick. Easily his strongest ability out of his kit. This kick will launch Super Brainz forward a short distance and knock away any plants that happen to be in his way, dealing 12 damage each. This may sound like complete shit, but the damage is not the main selling point, which happens to be the insane amount of horizontal distance you can gain from this shit, as by using it whilst on the ground and then constantly jump to retain the speed, you can quite literally cross the map in seconds. Perfect for either making a great escape or for finding more helpless victims. And the cherry on top, it has 2 charges, with each charge only having a 12-second cooldown, so you can find and harass people all day and they can do fuck all about it. Super Brainz' second ability is the Super Ultra Ball. This glowing bollock of death will cause Super Brainz to become stationary and charge up a glowing bollock of death before unleashing it forward. During this time you cannot move at all, and if airborne whilst using it you will hover whilst casting it. The glowing bollock of death is capable of dealing up to 120 damage for a direct hit and up to 50 for the splash in a rather generous radius. This is best used either against rooted targets if they have their back turned, or as a burst of damage to either initiate or end fights at your own will. Once used, the ability will go on a 16-second cooldown. The final ability in Super Brainz' kit is the Turbo Twister. This will cause you to start spinning like you're on an acid trip for the next 4.4 seconds. This tornado has some of the most pathetic offensive potential in the game, as if enemies are close enough it'll deal a whole 2 points of damage at 240 rounds per minute, so good luck trying to even kill a disabled toddler with it. Turbo Twister's capabilities mainly lie in how good it is as a defense tool, as during the active duration you gain 35% extra speed and 50% damage resistance, making you able to sponge quite a lot of damage as well as get away from unfavorable situations. Once used, the ability will go on a 25-second cooldown. In terms of strengths, Super Brainz is a melee powerhouse that can very easily take out a majority of plant classes with just 2 punch combos. His heroic kick and high jump grants him one of the most powerful forms of mobility in the game and can enable him to either engage or disengage whenever he wants. Lastly, his high health pool and defensive Turbo Twister can make him extremely durable and hard to kill. However, because of the nature of him being mostly restricted to melee, it does mean that you will have to take quite a lot of risks, as well as face classes such as Citrons, Chompers, or the barbecue tree man, all of which have tools to easily deal with you. Your lack of range also makes you a very easy victim for cacti and corns, especially with you having a large hitbox. Lastly, his beam has very limited use, and if it overheats, then you will be left without a ranged option for a long time. Thanks to this guide, you will now be the master of preforming little marathons in seconds as you punch the ever-living shit out of your opponents. Be sure to come back for the next episodes next week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.